Hello, thank you for joining me for this tutorial. In the last tutorial, I showed you how to access the VBA editor, and I also showed you how to enable the developer tab. In this tutorial, we're going to cover switching between the VBA editor and Excel. We're going to review the different windows open in the VBA editor, and I'm going to show you how to insert and remove a module. So let's go ahead and get started. In the previous tutorial, I showed you how to access the VBA editor. So let's go ahead and do that. Developer, Visual Basic. If you need to move between the Visual Basic Editor and the Excel workbook, there is an icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen that looks like an X for Excel. If you click on that, it takes you back to the Excel workbook. Another quick way to switch between the VBA Editor and the Excel workbook is a combination of Alt and F11. So if you click and hold down both the keys at the same time, you can switch between the applications fairly quickly. By default, in the left-hand corner of your screen, we have the Project Explorer window and the Properties window. These are nested in the left-hand side of the screen, but you can also move them around. They can be nested in the top portion of the screen, the bottom left or right-hand side. I personally prefer the default options, and they've never really bothered me there, so I'm going to go ahead and nest them back where they were. If for whatever reason these are ever in your way while you're programming, you can close out of them and then reopen them by selecting View, Project Explorer, View, Properties window. The Project Explorer is an overview of the objects that you have within your Excel document. So, for example, we currently only have one sheet in our Excel workbook. Click back to the Excel workbook and you see one sheet. If we add a sheet and then go back to the Visual Basic Editor, you can now see two sheets. If we go back to the Excel workbook and delete a sheet, yes, we would like to permanently delete it, then go back to the Visual Basic Editor, this sheet is no longer there. The Properties window is an overview of the properties for each object selected. So currently I have sheet 1 selected in the Project Explorer, and it shows me the properties for this particular object. We will get into the details of the properties window in future tutorials, but for now, that's all you really need to know. If you want to go ahead and start writing code, you're going to need a place to write code. And in the VBA editor, the best place to begin writing code is in a module. So if you right-click on the Microsoft Excel objects and then click Insert, Module, that's how you open up a module. And this is where you can begin writing code. As you can see, the Project Explorer has added the modules section here with Module 1. You can add however many modules you'd like. And then to remove modules, if you right-click on Module and then click Remove, it will prompt you as to whether or not you would like to save the module prior to deleting it. In this case, we don't. In the future, that might change, however. If you do click Yes, it will take you to the File Explorer, and then you can select the location on your computer as to where to save that module. And you can open it in the future by clicking Import File. And then you would locate that file on your computer, and you can then import a module. So this is a module. On your computer, it might not be fully maximized. Sometimes they are minimized. You can have modules floating within the VBA editor. You don't have to have them fully maximized. in case you ever need more than one module open at a time. In this case, we don't. This is where we were going to begin writing code. Congrats! You're on your way to becoming a VBA programmer. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me for this short tutorial. I look forward to creating more and helping you learn in your journey of becoming a VBA coder.